This 12-minute audio recording was done in Thailand at Gankachan on August 2017. It's part of a recording, the full version of which you can obtain at the link below. It's not really suitable for the beginner, but the beginner to Buddhism may understand little bits of it. So I would encourage anybody to listen to this recording. It's very, very valuable, especially if you begin to understand what is meant by it.
The most important thing in life is this very moment, right? And one always forgets. So we think a lot about future and what we are going to do. But actually, the most important thing is the words of the Buddha, which can condition right understanding and more understanding. Because we can think that we'll do this and that in a kind way, but actually there's no one at all. And how long will it be to understand this moment as not self? So when the purpose is to understand that whatever is here, we need the words of the Buddha to understand, even thinking about this or that. The plan is not as more important as the understanding of the moment of thinking about it as not self. So usually one cannot understand the conditions for whatever arising now. But from hearing again and again that actually at this moment how much understanding of seeing right now is more or less. But it takes quite a long time before there can be conditions for understanding seeing while seeing sees. So the most important thing is talking about realities and the value, the worth of panya, because panya can lead to all kinds of kusala. We don't have to think beforehand what we'll do today, but it's there by conditions. So the most important thing is understanding whatever appears as not self, because everything appears but with the idea of something all the time, which covers up the truth of that which arises and experience, and that which is experienced and then gone, absolutely, completely, never come back again. So by hearing again and again about this, we'll talk more about realities right now. For example, touching. There's touching, see. One can check or understand by oneself how much understanding of that is this moment as not anything at all. But time passed with no understanding. Even right now, citta and cetasikas arising and falling away in split seconds. But we shouldn't think to understand the past or the future, but whatever appears. That's why only that which is nimitta is appearing, while the actual reality, very small, very fast, arising and falling away all the time, but it does not appear as that. It can appear to the highly developed right understanding. From hearing again and again and know the different moments between no awareness and moment of awareness. Because awareness is not that should be told to be aware. It's impossible. But to understand from hearing about no self, no thing, will condition the understanding of that which is now appearing. So we can be true to oneself. Be honest whether there is understanding of that which is now appearing. See now, that which see now, touching, see. Many moments of touching has gone completely. But can there be condition for awareness to be aware? And we don't have to say that it is aware, because the characteristic of that which is aware appear well Or you might say apparent, but it's apparent to ignorance, no understanding, or to right understanding. Because the characteristic of right awareness is there. In the beginning, very little right understanding of it as not anything. It's very, very little. But seeing the difference between moment without awareness and moment with awareness by conditions will lead one along the way to more understanding of anothernness. And this is the point of life, to understand the anothernness of everything. So it takes time to listen and consider and understand moment when there are conditions for awareness to arise, that it's there. Otherwise, just talk about awareness. No awareness now, or is awareness now. But if we don't know the difference between moment with awareness and moment without awareness, it's impossible for awareness and right understanding to develop. So first of all, there should be the understanding, the difference between moment with awareness and moment without awareness. And it has to be right now. When Panya can understand that this moment is moment without awareness, it knows. No one can do anything but by having more and more understanding of whatever appears by different ways of the Buddha's teachings, by way of Dhatu, or by way of Ayatana, or by way of Arisatya, Paticcasamuppada, and so forth. For example, we talk about Dhamma, see, all the way, there are nothing but Dhammas. But it's not enough to use that word Dhamma, 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 while the characteristic of a Dhamma is appearing all the time. So, the more there is the understanding of the characteristic of a reality as Dhatu, not just only Dhamma, the characteristic of any element cannot be changed at all, because it's Dhatu. Even Buddha cannot make it arise or do anything at all. Just to realize the truth that it's conditioned already. So instead of thinking about the future, there can be condition to have awareness arise by conditions right now. But the most important thing is not I can do or I'm aware, but it's moment of realizing that even that is conditioned. By way of Dhatu, how many Dhatus are there? 18. We can tell the number. 18. But see, even seeing moment, the Jakku is a Dhatu. A Dhatu. It cannot be any other Dhatu. It's only that characteristic which can contact with the whatever is seen now. See, two Dhatus, the Jakku Dhatu and the Rupa Dhatu and the Citta, Vijnana Dhatu, Mano Dhatu and Cetasika, Dhamma Dhatu. No need to think where it is, in the Ayatana or by way of Paticcasamuppada or anything. Because when there is the understanding of our reality as it is, no matter we come across what part of the Tipitaka, the characteristic cannot be changed at all. So can the Jakku Pasada or Jakku Dhatu be Dukkha Ariya Satya? It is to Panya. Even now it arises and falls away, and the absolute meaning of suffering or dukkha is that which is conditioned to arise and completely gone. No more, nothing. If nothing arises, there must be only nothing to be object of clinging. But whatever appears is conditioned, and ignorance conditioned attachment and clinging immediately, stage by stage. Are there anosmia while one is fast asleep? And when one opens one's eye, what level is there? Asava. See, who knows the asava? That's why another word for arahata is kinasava. It means the end of all asava. But while there's no understanding, asava is always around, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. So just hearing the teachings is moment of developing right understanding among akusala at different levels. So it's not just this life to develop understanding, because only at moment of understanding that there's no kilesa. Only that moment. After seeing, asva is there. Hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. So the arahata seeing and the putthochana seeing must be different. Because after seeing, for arahata, no asava which is not known now. Even that. That's why nothing can condition kusala or akusala for arahata anymore. Because the kusala and akusala condition the result after it has fallen away, depending on in what life and what time. No one can know anything beforehand. What would be next? Unknown. Just to know that it's quite a long way, and it's not easy as to go to somewhere and think that by seeing and sitting like Buddha can condition right understanding at all.